Obviously, your future will become a hot topic as restricted free agency gets here. How do you just view, your future here and your future in the league?
Mm, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I still gotta figure it out. I don't know, but I don't know. I still gotta figure it out. Like, we just finished playing one day ago, so I don't really. I haven't think about anything yet.
How how difficult was I mean really your 4 years here, but particularly this season and kind of the yo-yoing in and out of the rotation, especially even in the playoffs.
I mean, it was some ups and downs. You know, that's how life goes. But I had fun. I had a great time. I enjoyed playing. Here. Yeah, but there was some ups and downs.
Do you think you proved something in these last few games, just to the league, to your coach, to anybody?
I don't think about proving. I just trying to go out there and win. I think that was just my biggest thing to go out there and try to win. Yeah.
Draymond mentioned that there was a defensive move you made coming off a guy, again, covering, I guess, Ant as he was cutting through, that he said he pointed out that now you're playing defense. Do you remember that moment, and do you feel like you've really accelerated the way you think the defensive game?
I think defensively I got better, so much better. I think he talked to me about it in the middle of the game, but I still gotta see what action was it. But he talked to me in the middle of the game about it.
JK, that was what's your most playoff action that you've had since you've been here? How do you feel like that's going to help you moving forward and developing your game?
Uh, I think I just gotta go back, and watch. I still gotta learn, study those moments. Just gotta go back there and just learn and just work towards it, and see what else I could have done, and if I ever get those type of chances again, how I could be impactful, how I could help us win by any means.
How much would you say you've grown in your 4 years here?
I've grown a lot. I've grown a lot. When I look back from day one when I got here compared to now, it's like, it's a lot of things that, you know, people don't see, but me personally, I feel like I've grown a lot as a player, as a person. Yeah.
JK, I mean, would you need to hear from this team or your next team that you're in the rotation? There's going to be no question about that. Was that something you want to know when you go decide your future?
I don't know what the future is going to be. It's something that any player would love to hear, going to a different year. So now I'm looking forward to that, and I know it's gonna happen. Somebody gonna talk to me about how things will go next year. But I'm just looking forward to that. I don't know anything about what the future is holding for me. So, but I'm just looking forward to it.
Did the unsettled nature of your contract situation, do you think that had any impact on the year?
What'd you say?
Just the fact that, you were obviously extension eligible last summer and nothing got done. Do you think that had any impact on this past season?
Not at all. Like I said, I ain't know what the future holds, so anything that happened probably happened for a reason. Uh, I'm just grateful to be here this time. I still got a long summer to go to figure things out.
How's your ankle feeling, and just how do you feel physically right now?
No, I feel good. I feel good. I feel healthy and good.
How were exit interviews today? Talking to Steve, talking to Mike.
They were great. They were great. Like I told them, I just things just and it's gonna take us time to figure it out what's really gonna happen, things like that. And I spoke to Steve about uh, how he wanted me to just get better at rebounding more, and I feel like I was doing better before I got hurt. Uh, and I like where he was going with it. He explained to me little things. If I need a resource from him, about things like that, I should hit him up, and I don't have no problem doing that.
You mentioned you and Steve. You feel like that relationship's in a fine spot right now?
I mean, since I've been here, we had ups and downs, but he helped me to get here. So and we had a lot of great moments. So, and I think our relationship been very good.
You have some options this off season. You can talk to other teams, etc. What is that like for you? Is it exciting? Is it nervous? Like, how do you feel?
I don't know how those things goes. And I think I'll learn more going through the summer with my agent. So I don't know. I don't know how that will go, but it don't really matter. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna let my agent handle things like that. And I'll just listen to what he gonna tell me.
How was the season overall for you with playing your best basketball? Then you suddenly have the longest injury of your career. Then Jimmy Butler's added, and you come back essentially to a brand new team.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about the roller coasters this year?
It was tough. Playing great, and then things like that happened. I didn't let it down. I just went back and just rehab every other day. Try to get better, and I came back to a complete different team. And I had to figure out how to to be impactful with that new team. Like I said, it was ups and downs. But I didn't put my head down and just say I don't want to get better or figure it out. I tried to figure it out. So I had tough moments.
Yeah. Overall, was this a happy season for you? Was it a frustrating season?
No, it was actually a great season. Especially, I had to learn more about myself when I got hurt. I had to change a lot of things. So yeah, I would say it was a successful season. It was a great season. I'm not mad about it.
Jonathan, along those lines, how did you emotionally kind of get through it all? You always seem to be handling yourself pretty well. With the injury, I saw you still with a smile on your face, and that's not always easy either to be away from the game you love. And how did you get through some of those hard moments?
Just leaving all to God. I have my mom. She a pastor. She prayed for me pretty much every other day. I have good friends. I have great teammates. I have a good family that keeps supporting me through anything, no matter what. So just having those type of support around me kind of just helped me get through a lot of crazy times, hard times. So, just the support that I had around me kind of helped me go through everything.
And a couple of your teammates who've been up here, they've said, Jonathan's gone through so many different things in 4 years, challenges, ups, downs, like you mentioned, more than most people. And you still have a long career ahead of you. Have any of those experiences prepared you to, get through whatever the next challenge might be?
They really have taught me a lot. Like I say, they helped me grow more as a person, as a basketball player. And, I feel like without those moments, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So, sometimes I'm glad they happened. Sometimes, when I look back, I'm like, why did it happen to me? So I just try not to question myself a lot about those moments. I just leave it to God. I go out there and pray Uh, and I think those moments just kind of helped me be who I am.
Jonathan, I know you said you're going to let your agent deal with the contract and everything, but is there a part of you that's curious to see how the rest of the league values you?
I mean, my agent, I kind of, like you will tell me here and there, but, I try to tell him to just try to figure it out, especially when we get close to whatever gotta be done. That's when it comes to me and ask me for my opinions. But throughout the season, I never thought about things like that. Even right now, I haven't even spoke to him what we're going to do or what we're going to figure it out, I just tell him to take his time, I'm going to take my time to figure it out what I'm going to do with my day because, I'm bored. So once he heard something or once he figured out something, he's going to come back to me.
Hello, Jonathan. Obviously, you absent a long time, but you said it's a great season for you. It's a successful season. But how you define this success? How you define this great?
I would say just based of things I went through. Like I said, the things that made it great is all the learning, all the moments I share with my teammates. Just all the times I was here, and learning different things, I think that's what defined a great season.
Just last season, your off season had a lot of travel, Paris, Milan, etc. Do you have any destinations you're going to this summer?
I'm trying to stay local as much as I can this year. I feel like I have I want to have a great season, next year. And I want to get better as much as I can, trying to cut all the traveling and all the stuff like that to just stay locked in, and work out and get better. Because, I feel like I could do something better next year, I could get better than what I did this year. So, I'm just trying to lock in and just trying to get better.
It's like gym rat summer.
Yeah.
Also, as far as your agent negotiating things and numbers, letting him handle that. But is your communication style also just texting Steve and Mike a little bit, say, hey, how you doing? Like, do you want a little bit of that communication too?
I mean, for sure. I haven't. I'm not going nowhere. I'm still here. So, I would love to keep those type of relationship, work, kind of communicate with them, throughout the summer and seeing what they're thinking or, how the vibe is, yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. You guys want anybody else?